Teaching can feel like a victory when students engage, ask questions, and absorb new words. But why does it all seem forgotten next lesson? Don't fret, it's normal. Learning takes time, repetition, and context. Research shows using words in context solidifies memory. Yet classrooms can't always provide natural context. That's where additional strategies come in. An example of this is Atkinson's keyword method approach. Back in the 70s, a lot of research was carried out in the psychological community on the power of memory. In one study, Gordon Bower asked his respondents to memorize sets of word pairs laid out in front of them. They were given 20 of these word sets with just 5 seconds to look at each of them. Following that, they were given the first word as a clue and were asked to recall its pair. At first they did poorly, remembering on average about 33% of the pairs. Then they were asked to create a strong image connecting the words, which is called image instruction. When the test was repeated after this image instruction, there was a recall rate of 80% of the pairs, an increase from 33% to 80%. That's pretty impressive. But what exactly is this image instruction? Well, it's pretty straightforward. The problem with a lot of students is that when they learn a new word, they tend to simply make a connection between the word and its meaning. This is a two-level connection. What Atkinson proposes is creating a third level, where the new word and its meaning merge to create some sort of potent image. The procedure for how to do this is fairly simple. Number 1. Take the new word. For example, we'll use the word wheat. Number 2. Ask your students to think of what the word sounds like. It could be something in the L1 or something in English. In this case, we're going for we eat, as wheat sounds like we eat. Number 3. Create an image. Take a minute or two for this. In this case, we're imagining people eating wheat directly, a somewhat unusual image. An example of a keyword image that a student made was through the word tangled. The student thought that this word sounded like tango, so they imagined a couple doing the tango, getting ridiculously tangled. There are some notes and exceptions for this. Number 1. Be disgusting. When creating these visual hooks, try to encourage your students to be as gross as shocking as possible. The more striking the image, the more likely they'll remember it. Number 2. Don't try to do this for every piece of vocabulary. This won't work for every word and phrase out there. Some words don't lend themselves to hooking. Number 3. If you have time, try the following trick to demonstrate the awesome power of the memory. This is called number hooking, and this is how it works. Number 1. Remember the association of the numbers 1 through 10 with the following visually striking objects. Number 2. Ask your friends to come up with 10 random nouns and tell them you're going to remember them. Not only that, but you're going to remember them in sequence. Number 3. Your friends tell you each noun one by one. Number 4. Associate each noun they throw at you with its corresponding object above. So for example, let's say the first noun is pirate. Remember that 1 corresponds to gun? Now, creating the image is easy. Imagine a pirate with a gun. Another example is through 10. So 10 might be a salad, so imagine a hen enjoying a salad, or even bathing in it. You get the idea. Number 5. When you've got to 10, you'll be amazed that not only you can remember the objects in sequence, but out of sequence too. If your friend shouts out pirate, then you'll respond with gun. As I said, you'll need time for this, but if you have it, it can be an effective way of demonstrating to your students how our brain can latch onto images so persuasively and how to exploit it. With this new learning tool in the arsenal, they'll be able to learn English words more quickly, more efficiently, and hopefully with some hilariously ridiculous imagery on the way. If you have any comments about this topic, feel free to leave a comment down below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe.